Have you ever wanted something so badly you felt like you couldn't live without it? Today, we are diving into a powerful story about longing, love, and a miracle that changed history. This is the story of Joseph's birth. Our story begins with a man named Jacob. He had two wives, the sisters Leah and Rachel. Now, Jacob's heart truly belonged to Rachel. He had worked for her father, Laban, for 14 long years just for the chance to marry her. His love for her was deep and unwavering. But there was a problem, a deep-seated sadness in their home. While Leah was blessed with many children, one son after another, Rachel's arms remained empty. In those times, having children was seen as the greatest blessing a woman could receive. Every time Leah gave birth to a son, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, it was a mix of joy for the family but a fresh wave of sorrow for Rachel. She watched her sister's family grow, and her own heart ached with a longing that felt unbearable. The Bible tells us she became so desperate that she cried out to Jacob, "Give me children, or I'll die." You can feel the raw pain in her words. Jacob, frustrated and heartbroken for her, replied, "Am I in the place of God, who has kept you from having children?" It was a tense and difficult time for them both. Rachel, in her desperation, turned to an ancient custom. She gave her handmaid, Bilhah, to Jacob, so that Bilhah could have children on her behalf. Bilhah gave birth to two sons, Dan and Naphtali. Seeing this, Leah, who had stopped having children for a while, gave her own handmaid, Zilpah, to Jacob. Zilpah then had two sons, Gad and Asher. The rivalry between the sisters was intense, a silent battle fought through the cradles of their children. Leah later went on to have two more sons, Issachar and Zebulun, and a daughter named Dinah. The house was full of children, yet Rachel's deepest desire remained unfulfilled. Through all these years of waiting, of watching, and of weeping, something important was happening. Rachel was learning to turn her gaze from her circumstances towards God. Her pain pushed her to a place of complete dependence on Him. She prayed, she pleaded, and she held onto a fragile thread of hope. And then, after years of silence, the breakthrough came. The scriptures say, "Then God remembered Rachel. He listened to her and enabled her to conceive." What a beautiful phrase. God remembered Rachel. It doesn't mean He had forgotten her, but that it was now the perfect time in His plan to act. So, Rachel conceived and gave birth to a son. Can you imagine the joy? The relief? The overwhelming gratitude that must have flooded her heart? She held her long-awaited child in her arms and said, "God has taken away my disgrace." She named him Joseph, which means "may He add." With this name, she was not only celebrating the son she held but also praying in faith for another. The birth of Joseph wasn't just a personal victory for Rachel. It was a pivotal moment in the story of an entire nation. This baby, born out of years of tears and prayers, would grow up to become one of the most powerful men in Egypt. He would save his family, and the known world, from a devastating famine. His life would be a testament to the idea that God can use our greatest struggles to bring about His greatest plans. Joseph's story starts here, with a mother's desperate prayer and God's faithful answer. It reminds us that even when we feel forgotten or our dreams seem impossible, God is listening. He has a plan, and His timing is always perfect. Thanks for joining me for this incredible story. If it touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe for more stories that show God's amazing work in our lives. See you next time.